Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some more news today, some pretty fun and interesting stuff, so as always, let's get straight to it. The very first thing that I have for you guys are actually some images of some figures that will be coming from Castermind Creations, as he is going to be releasing brand new battle damage versions of the Velociraptor as well as the Dilophosaurus, and as always, I think they look great, and the entire idea of having battle damage versions somehow make these figures even more nostalgic than they already were. I don't know how that's possible because they were already as, nostalgic as it could possibly get. But of course, Castermind Creations always coming up with new ideas and giving us even more when it comes to what we as Jurassic Park collectors know and love. So make sure you keep your eyes out for these new figures coming from Castermind Creations very soon. Also, I did want to kind of shout this out one more time before the Kickstarter ends because they haven't quite met their goal yet, but the Zealandia Retro Dinosaurs have a Kickstarter going currently, and the Kickstarter is actually going to be ending soon, and they haven't met the amount yet, and that would be an absolute travesty if we did not get a hold of these, because if you are a fan of vintage dinosaurs, these are some of the best that I've ever seen and probably will ever see. So if you are interested in getting some of these into your collection and seeing these figures become a reality, check the link that I will include in the description. Go take part in their Kickstarter, because if we don't get it fully funded, we're never going to get these figures. So make sure you check that link and absolutely back some of these figures on the Kickstarter today. And speaking of another Kickstarter, we also have the Cyberzoic Kickstarter going on currently, which that as well is kind of, going to be heading to a close, and we haven't quite hit all of the goals yet. But if you are interested in getting some of these figures into your collection, or, you just really want to see some, like the Carnotaurus and stuff, eventually get a release, definitely check out the Kickstarter and take part in that, because if they don't get funded, I would imagine we're probably not going to get them, or at least that's usually how it works. So make sure you check out the Kickstarter for the Cyberzoic line. And again, speaking of that, one of the figures that is available now again to pick up in that Kickstarter would be the new version of the Dryptosaurus, which we now have the full gallery for. And man, is this thing ever so much nicer, if you ask me, than the older one. Something about this color scheme is just so appealing to me. I don't know if it's the way that the light tones of the kind of feathering play off of the dark tones of the skin and those reddish tones in the face. There is just something so evil and just so cool looking about this version of the Dryptosaurus that, again, I am just so looking forward to adding this one to my collection. Again, much better in my opinion than the older one. So make sure you check the Cyberzoic Kickstarter out right now and grab this figure along with any others so we can keep hitting those goals. Also, as far as PNSO goes, we have another new figure. Oh wait, no we don't. We have two new figures. We have another version of a Yanchuanosaurus, which honestly looks even better than the last one. The sculpt on this is gorgeous. The paint job as well, I think, looks really good. Nice natural patterning moving through. This is definitely, in my opinion, going to be my favorite Yanchuanosaurus, I think, to come from PNSO. And this is the third or fourth, I think. Maybe the fourth if you count the mini that we have coming from them, or that we've had come from them so far, and it looks really good. And we also, on top of that, have a Zool, and this one caught me off guard completely. I really was not expecting this one, but man, does it ever look good. The sculpt is gorgeous, the paint job is gorgeous, and somehow, in my opinion, even outdoes the Safari LTD version, which is quite a task to do. So definitely two very exciting new figures from PNSO that I believe you can purchase already on their Amazon and AliExpress shops. Also, as far as Haolonggood goes, they had teased this image here showing off some sort of a sauropod that will be coming from them at some point in the near future. No confirmation or word quite yet as far as what species it is, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely hyped because any new sauropod is definitely a great thing. Also, as far as Haolonggood goes, they also had shown off this image recently that shows a pair of Dilophosaurus. Now, I know we are going to be getting a figure of the Dilophosaurus at some point, hopefully hopefully in the near future. I think this one might actually be the resin model. I believe that's what Paleo Figures on Facebook, who is the one that had shared this image, actually had stated. So I'm not entirely sure, but it looks to be potentially the resin model version of the Dilophosaurus. Also, Dino Dream had shared this image showing off the fact that we will be getting a Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor model from them very soon. This is clearly a scene from, of course, the Lost World when the raptor's kind of pursuing Ian, and I think it looks really nice. Of course, it's going to be more fun to see it when we actually see it with paint apps on it, and I believe he had actually teased 3 different versions of the raptor. Now, I don't know exactly which one he's going for, but if we get all 3 different versions, I would be very much so excited about that, because my favorite raptors from the Jurassic franchise are the tiger-striped Lost World Jurassic Park raptors. So as many models as we can get from the Lost World Jurassic Park when it comes to those raptors, I am completely all in. And then as far as Nanmu goes, their next official release that's not a Dragon Soul series release for their lineup will be the Smart series Velociraptors, which we can see this image of, and obviously it's a very humorous image that they had shared of the raptors discussing whether or not to cook poor Tim right there before they decide to eat him. But what I think is really neat about this is the fact that it shows off how good the articulation is and how good it works on these figures. And again, I'm so unbelievably blown away by the fact that we will be getting super articulated figures from Nanmu, and man, do I ever hope that they keep releasing these, because a Smart series, as they're calling it, articulated Nanmu models, like, it really does not get better than that. And the final thing, and a thank you goes out to Collect Jurassic, as well as Plush Boy Q for these images, but we have confirmation that we will be getting brand new minifigures from the Jurassic World Epic Evolution line. And we've got some really cool species this time around, as far as like the new species they will be including. Species like the Sinotyrannus and the Caprasuchus are included here, as well as, I believe, the Geosternbergia and an Indoraptor. I don't think we've had an Indoraptor with these new minis quite yet. So nothing super amazing as far as new species go outside of those. It looks like it's all basically repeats, because that seems to be the way they do things anymore, where they just give us a bunch of repeated figures and then a few new ones kind of sprinkled in. But definitely excited to get my hands on some of these new minis. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.